Hello everyone, welcome back to Satisfactory. In today's episode we're going to set up some automation here. We have an MK2 iron mine here. This used to be our screws operation, so we're going to need to put that back. But what we're going to do is we're going to organize it a little bit more and set it up for future proofing. So we want to be right about snap to the grid. That looks like it's right. And no, it doesn't because it didn't snap properly. Alright, let's try this again. Is that a straight line? Let's look at logistics here. Let's see. Almost looks like a straight line. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to put one of these numbers in. And then we can put in logistics here, wherever it is. Organization, logistics. That's not gonna work, huh? Alright. Oh, it worked there for a second. We need to push this out a little bit more. Alright, so organization. And then a splitter. Yeah, we want to do the conveyor belt splitter. We want to line it up with that. Alright, so now we want to go with the MK3s. Looks like it's in a straight line. Actually, hold on. Take this off. Take this off. Alright, since we got a thing right here, we need to make pipes. So we're going to go into production. Assembler. Not an assembler. A smelting. Where's the smelting at? Smelting. Is that even with that? I think it is. Let's see. I don't want it sticking out past it. That's pretty close. And then we want to go and we want to do another one right. Make sure we get this as close as we can. How'd I have that other one set? Let's put it right on the line. Right on that line right there. No, wrong place. I'll get this right here in a second. Right on the line there. Right? One there. One there. Now logistics. And logistics. Aren't these iron? Iron. Alright. So now we want to output to another smelter. So we want to go under production. We want to do an now we want to do an assembler, right? Yeah, we want to do an assembler. No, it's not an assembler. What is it? A constructor. That's what we need. Can't see properly here. One there. That's the line we want to be on right here. Oh, the smelter's back that way a little bit. Yeah, we had it there for a second. Bam. And then we want to put a smelter in the center. So it's going to either be one in or one out. Alright, it's fine. One there. Because this right here is going to feed into this one. This is going to feed into the smelter. This one's going to feed into this one. So we want short iron pipes. Iron. And do we want to do 2 iron rods? Okay, hold on. Before we get going here, let me go check something out real quick. If you're wondering, I did put up a smelter for steel. It's right here. It's producing whatever it's producing. So I have steel coming in. I gotta refill these every once in a while. And then we were working on the phase 2 of the thing. We have 376 and we need 500. So we need to build more rotors, but we need to get screw production up and going. And then we're gonna automate rotors too. Because if I'm not mistaken, rotors are screws and short iron pipe. So screws and short iron pipe. Alright, let's power all this up real quick. Actually, when we go to 3, I need more foundations out this way to build. So next we want an assembler. Can be automated by filling parts and do it with a... Does the constructor make rotors? Because if it does make rotors, then that's what we want to do. We want to... Logistics, conveyor belt. This one can be short iron pipes also. Alright, so now we need... We want to put these out somewhat, because these are going to make short iron pipes. This one's going to make short iron pipes. So all three of these are going to make short iron pipes. I'm not agreeing with where it's placed though, but whatever. It's, you can't line things up properly in this game. This is going to be short iron pipes. Alright, let's do some power management here. Get these up and running here real quick. Alright, so we have 3 smelters. That's filling up with ore. That doesn't have any power yet. Four-line limit there. Alright, so it's going to be doing short iron pipe. And then can we put a big storage in here for short iron pipe? Logistics, organization. How would that look? I think that's going to be clipping into the lamppost here. That's not even. Let's try that again. That's even. And then we'll go back to the logistics. And we will pump the steel plates in there. That's smelting. Excuse me. Production. Now we need foundations. We need to kill that foundation because it just put it in my face. Because, yeah. So these should be doing short iron pipe. And then when that fills up with short iron pipe, production, instructor, and MT3 transport logistics. Okay, so this is shooting out short iron pipe. So we're gonna do screws in this one. Power. Alright, come on. Stop being finicky. Alright, so we have screws being made but no power. How's our grid doing? Production of 235, consuming 155. So we're still good. So this should be making screws. And this should be smelting short iron pipe. Alright, now that we got short iron pipe assembled, and we have screws assembled, these are going to produce short iron pipe. So what we need to do is we need to make a assembler. And it's going to go I'm gonna push it out by more. Let's make some more foundations. Let's just fill this in while we're waiting here. Don't worry, all this space underneath here will be used eventually for something else. Alright. So this should be making screws. Alright. So now we want to put an assembler out here. Make sure we're lined up here. So we need logistics, conveyor belt number 2, screws, and conveyor belt number 2. So now this should be producing rotors. It needs power, so let's hook it up to power and see this bad boy run. We're producing 120 per minute, which means this thing's gonna fill up quite quickly. So realistically, $10 per minute. We need 20 per minute, so we need more short iron pipes being fed into it. This should be short iron pipes, yeah. Alright, so we're making rotors now. Means that we need a place to put the rotors. So let's go and do number 3. And put a foundation way down there in the middle of nowhere, just like I wanted to. We're gonna automate some stuff today, for sure. Alright, so now we need a big storage to store all the and do I like the placement of that? That lines up. I don't like the placement of that. Let's try that again. No, placed down wrong. Let's try that again. I think it's right there. And then logistics. And somewhat in a straight line. So now this thing is going to be producing rotors. We have 7 already stored up. Alright, so we have short iron pipe going in. Screws going in here. We're filling up with stuff. Once all this gets full and backed up, we'll be doing better. What is this? This is going to continue to be short iron pipe because I think it looks cool. Alright, so screw production, huh? We could do another constructor right here. So let's take that back by 1. So it lines up perfectly. And then we'll do logistics. You're not gonna hook up, huh? I'm trying to connect to any one of them. Too bad that won't connect. That means we're gonna have to move the assembler forward a little bit. We tried. We failed. It's gotta move forward by 1. On logistics. And then screws is our production. And then a conveyor belt splitter. Yeah, we need to produce more screws. So that's what we'll do. We'll produce more screws. Let's take this splitter out and use the other splitter. And then we'll do logistics. And then we will get this bad boy fired up. And then we will be producing screws. These should be producing rotors. 12 rotors already. What are we waiting on? 4 per minute. Not great. Yeah, that's gonna fill up with screws quite nicely. Alright, so that's one of them done. One of these sections done. Remapped out. So now we have, when this all backs up, it'll be good. We have 3 smelters, which are smelting just ore like mad. We have a constructor making short iron or iron pipe. We have a thing going into short iron pipe and then back into screws on this side. These assemblers work really slow. 40 per minute though. Alright, we're just gonna have to let the rotors build up. Alright, what else do we need to automate here? So this setup's done. How's this doing? Yeah, we're working on it. Keep these bad boys full. So that keeps producing steel. Alright, so we need reinforced metal plating and... Okay, so we need to automate reinforced metal plating. So what does that actually take? Reinforced medium plating requires screws and iron plate. Screws and iron plate. Alright, so... My thing is this area over here is lacking power. At least I think it is anyways. Is it connected to the grid? I think it is. So we can just take these 2 things down. They do me no good. I mean, they're rubbish. Alright, so these should all be running off biofuel, or off the grid. Minus this one over here. I don't know why I'm hooking this back up. I'm going to tear it apart here in a second. Alright, what level is this miner here? It's an MK2 already. Alright. Let's start reorganizing this one. Empty these out real quick so they're I'm gonna organize this one and we're gonna turn this into reinforced plating. Alright, we can take these back. Alright, so we have a smelter. We can take this out. You know what? I want this bad boy faced. Well, hold on. Which way do we want this to go? Do we want it to go this way? That we have all that space out there? Yeah, I think we want to head this way. For sure. Yeah. So we need 3 smelters. So we want to hook up to the grid here. One more out. 1 smelter. 2 smelter. 3 smelters. And then we want a splitter. Actually, we want the regular splitter. Because if you notice this one, if you spin it around, it's got 2 inputs. See how it has an input and another input? So we definitely have to go with the conveyor splitter. Because this one has only one thing in it. Which means that it will go right there. And then we will do logistics. That lines up. Lines up. Oh, it's pushing me. Alright, so 3 smelters. We can still get in between them all. Alright, so we have 3 smelters. So now we want to do 3 constructors. And put them out a little ways. We'll do 1 here. Can't see the line. Maybe 1 right. I mean, they fit in the block area. I mean, I guess we could just keep them lined up together. Yeah, we can keep them lined up together. So now we need logistics, conveyor belt. 1 there. 1 there. And 1 there. No. That's not. I don't like it. Because they're all shipped in this way. Good thing is you get all your resources back for taking them apart. Alright, so the first assembler needs to go... or not assembler, but constructor needs to go lined up with this bad boy. So this should be a straight shot, if I'm not correct. Looks like a straight shot. And then we can do the other constructors next to it. And then we can do the logistics. And logistics. Alright, so what were we making? We were making screws. We were making short iron pipe. And we were making steel plate. Alright, so if we hook all this up to the power grid, I wonder how the power grid's gonna go. I mean, we still have the power that's out there in the water. Let me think about this one for a second. Alright, so this thing's an eyesore. Move it out of the way. Alright, so what do we need for reinforced metal plating? Screws and steel plate. Oh, okay. I got you now. Steels and steel plate. So this one's making short iron pipe. This one's making... Do we want... No, we want at least one of these making steel plate. And then what we need to do is we need to put another assembler down. Or constructor, I mean. Make sure it's lined up with this bad boy. 2, 3. So we go, well, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then this one's gonna be producing metal plating. Alright, so let's hook all this up. Alright, so metal plating, rods, into screws. And this one needs to be metal plating. Hold on. This one's metal plating. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So this one is screws. And then it turns from screws we need this one centered. So we need to go out right about there. That's not right. You need to come out a little bit more. Unless you're gonna, you know, because we need pipes in order to make screws, and then, so yeah, this one has to go out a little bit more. Sorry, I'm indecisive here. I'm just trying to get everything organized the way I want it the first time, so I don't have to come back and do this over and over again, rebuilding everything. So that's the line we want to be on. We want to split the constructor here. Right there, work. Alright, logistics. 1, logistics 2. Hold on. What is this? It's a constructor. I thought that's what we needed. Can we not make reinforced plating in a constructor? No, it has to be an assembler. Alright. So one of these bad boys. We need to put it out far enough that we can link up the logistics. Actually, you know what? We can just line it up with this. Actually, take that down. Go over by 1. And the assembler. bring this one back here like so. Connect that up. Connect the last smelter up. Alright. That's fired up. That one's fired up. Why does it say, 2 lines? Yeah, okay. And then this one is fired up. And we want logistics. We're almost done with today's video, everyone. That. And that. And we want to produce reinforced metal plating. So this should be making screws, which go into there, and this should be making steel plates. Alright, so what are we lacking here? How's the grid doing? With all that hooked up, we're doing good. Alright, so I don't know why this thing isn't melt. Probably because I haven't selected iron for it. Nice. And this should be dropping screws into it. We need a storage box before we go and end this episode. And then we'll hook up the logistics to it. So this thing should be producing reinforced iron plating, which we're doing good on now. So yeah, so we have reinforced plating and the rotors being built. And then next thing we need to do is try to automate is this the right? Actually, we just need a... Yeah, that's right. Because this one is making stuff for us too. Because this one should be making steel plating. Nice. So steel plating... rods into screws, rods from screws into reinforced plating. So now we have a smelter or a thing giving us iron plating. So yeah, this is working out good. Alright everyone, this is where I'm going to call this video, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you storm that like button. And if you're new here, subscribe for more daily videos. Okay everyone, take care and bye bye.